exactly what Putin is trying to do. If Putin can now distract us, if he can take Ukraine, he then can take all of the Baltic, which he'll do in a minute. And then he'll go right into Poland. And once you get through Poland, you got Germany. So he's trying to take that piece. Again, it's going to not be a matter of very long before China does something in Taiwan, because that's their issue. So you've got Russia, you've got Iran, who's got the money and got the wherewithal. And look, you know what we need to do, and this the United States should be doing. The only thing Iran's got, and again, I realize I'm jumping around, is oil. They have nothing else they can produce. They don't need they're very good at sand, but we don't need their sand. But we need to blow up their refineries. Their refineries are right on the Arabian Gulf. Shut down their refineries. And when you shut down their refineries, they have no ability to ship oil or their ports.
But if you shut down their refineries, can we get their nuclear weapons and destroy the nuclear missiles, in the silos? Because if you just look, this I have said for years, this starts and ends with Iran. Now, that doesn't mean that China isn't a bad player. It doesn't mean that Russia is not a bad player. But at the end of the day, if you take out the head of the snake, the head of the snake is Iran. And let's talk about, because I know you were visiting with the Crown Prince in Saudi Arabia. How does this affect now what was supposed to be a normalization of relations? I don't know what the diplomatic term is, between Saudi Arabia and Israel, which could have, in theory, the Abraham Accords, right, could have, in theory, remade the face of the Middle East, and God forbid, let there be peace on earth, right? If there's peace, there's no peace on earth unless there's peace in the Middle East. So speak to that a little bit.
Sure.
Because I know you're involved.
Yeah. First of all, let me just say that from a timing standpoint, I think there's a very good case to be made that Iran picked this time because they were getting so close to this normalization agreement, which President Biden is totally obsessed with. And this is why he's been trying to wrest concessions from Israel with regard to the Palestinians. Saudi Arabia, the Crown Prince, when I want to say I met with him, but there were 10 of us, met with him, said, look, we have full relations with Israel now. Just we can't let anybody really know about it. We live in a very rough neighborhood. We can't pay the price either internally from the militants that are in our country or in our region if we were to announce peace with Israel. And that's why so much of this has been talked about as they're all of a sudden supporting the Palestinians in a Palestinian state. Saudi Arabia, most of the countries in the Middle East, in the Gulf states, have cut significantly their contribution to the Palestinians because they have been doing this for 50 years now, and there's been no progress. And there's been no progress because we know that all this aid they give to the Palestinians never gets to the Palestinian people. It's all being siphoned off by the military and by the leadership of the Palestinian Authority. So they had really pulled quite a way away from that. So now all of a sudden, Iran picks this time to disturb, if you will. This is the same Iran that our president is continuing to coddle up to